So the question is, are you prepared? And are you prepared to deal with this for your own company? So we're talking about big companies, but small companies have these issues too. The second thing you need to know about living in this new world is that we have bad instincts. 99% of the people who call me to work with on defending their reputation or managing a crisis, their initial instinct is always to protect and defend. It's kind of how we are about our family. Somebody attacks it, it's protect and defend. And sometimes that leads to blaming, shaming, lying, and hiding. And think, oh, no, I'm going to be better than that. Well, the truth is, it's just not on our instinct. I want to talk about how you immediately respond to a situation. Because that moment of protect and defend, you're forgetting these 5 elements to a perfect statement. You have to look at all 5 of the things that are in front of your screen to get away from blame, shame, lie, and hide, and embrace transparency. So number 1, if you can take nothing away from this presentation, but remember, when something hits your business, something hits your life, you tell it first, you tell it fast, and you tell it all. Don't leave something for somebody to go figure out and say, you did not tell us about that. Acknowledge a situation and a sincere apology. People are always afraid to apologize. Attorneys may tell you, oh, don't apologize, because then that may make you look guilty. But the truth of the matter is, you can always apologize for the way something has made somebody feel. And studies have shown that surgeons who don't apologize are more likely to be sued than the surgeons who come out from the operating room and they hug the members of the family and they say, I'm so sorry about this. They're not necessarily taking responsibility for what happened. They're just feeling for people. Explain what's been done to address the issue. So you always need to say, this is what we're doing. We're going to investigate. We're going to figure this out. We're going to get to the bottom of it. And what does that mean? Are you doing the investigation? Are you hiring outside investigators? And then you always want to leave people with an idea of when you're going to get back to them. That statement alone isn't enough. What else are you going to do? When are you going to know the next step? You want to let people know, your employees, your families, the people who have invested in you, shareholders, how is this going to affect them, and make this something that doesn't destroy their faith in our institution that we work so hard to build. You need to have your platforms ready and be prepared to communicate in this social media world. When they start coming after you with, it's not just a hashtag, it could be that they're posting something on Glassdoor. For those of you who don't know what Glassdoor, it's where employees go to review a company. So if somebody is complaining about you, they could complain on Glassdoor. Glassdoor has huge search engine optimization value. So that means if they plug in the name of your company, Glassdoor could come up before your website. So if that's the case, you've got to make sure that you have some way to respond on Glassdoor, and there are ways to respond. But there's also Twitter, LinkedIn, your company Facebook page. The thing here is a lot of times it's your social media team, or maybe it's a 25-year-old fresh out of college who has all the keys to all of your social platforms. And maybe somebody else has them written down somewhere, but those passwords get changed pretty frequently. So who has the keys to social? And I would argue that senior level and even the CEO should always have those keys. This is a quote. I'm sure others have read this, but to me, it's the most powerful. And Warren Buffett is so wise. I really have experienced this in my business, working with companies of all sizes, 20 years, 30-year, 40-year-old businesses that have been so important and vital to their communities that can be destroyed by social media, by an action where the company did not respond appropriately. And yet, a company that really hits on a hard time or hits a jagged edge, they can communicate their values and how they're going to turn this around, can rise up and be a star again.